Hello, and welcome back to Buckeye Christianity. Today I hope to finally do an overview of Dr. Rodney Stark's fourth chapter in his book, The Rise of Christianity. The book about, the chapter about pandemics and social networks. So I'll just try to get right into it. And first, I want to I want to say that you have to be a little careful in applying the chapter to the coronavirus pandemic that we're in the midst of right now. Some things about our situation and the situation in the Roman Empire that he talks about in the 2nd and 3rd century AD don't really apply to us. Our medical technology and other things are much more advanced than theirs. But some things in his chapter do apply. First, it's my hope after rereading the chapter that church-attending Christian nurses and doctors and medical professionals in this country and around the world are really stepping up and doing a great job. That was something he talked about in these plagues during the Roman era. Nurses, so to speak, were all volunteers, and it was mostly Christians who nursed people, and they nursed people who were Christians, and they nursed people who were not Christians. And because of their actions, more people became Christians during these times. And so hopefully, even today, Christian healthcare workers are setting a good example for their coworkers and their patients, and people are coming to a new faith in Jesus Christ for the first time, or perhaps just a deeper, more committed faith than they had before. This is just, in the Roman Empire at this time, there were people believed in the emperor and the Roman gods, or they were Christian, and people knew that the Roman gods didn't really care about the earth all the time or at all. And so in a situation like a pandemic, people who were not Christian had very little hope. They had no hope. So today, if you see healthcare workers who are freaking out a little bit or a lot, maybe these are people who went into healthcare because they love to study science, or they went into it for the money or the prestige. Hopefully their Christian coworkers around them are dealing with a little bit less stress. So because even if a Christian healthcare worker passes away at this time, they should have assurance as to where they're going when they die. That they would go to be with Jesus in heaven, and that their family left here on earth would be taken care of. A second thing that we can take away from chapter 4 is that in contrast to America right now, the Roman Empire in the 2nd and 3rd century had no social welfare system at all. Zero, nada. And so the Christian church was left to do all of this. So it was also the generosity of Christians during this pandemic that saw an increase in the number of Christians in the Roman Empire after every single plague or pandemic, or I guess actually we don't know if they were pandemics or not. They may have just been epidemics. But it was the generosity of Christians during these uncertain times, 1700, 1800 years ago, that led many people to become Christians. And so, in light of that, it is my hope that churches, even with less giving right now, as almost all churches in the country are still closed and are meeting just on Facebook or Zoom or in a drive-in type of format. I hope they're doing everything that they can to help people in need as much as they can. The fact that our country has a social welfare system, as great as that is, and I'm not saying that we should get rid of it, but it takes away a very large evangelism tool for the Christian church. And so churches need to be doing whatever they can, not only to help their members out, but possibly the friends and extended family of their members, in the hope that maybe the Holy Spirit would touch hearts based upon their generosity. So, like maybe for example, if a church had a $5,000 budget for youth summer camps, and those summer camps have been canceled, and maybe even that budget has to be cut due to less giving from, say, $5,000 to $2,000, my suggestion, based upon reviewing Dr. Stark's book, would be to take that money and just put it all to social justice right now. Put it all to local mission and benevolence, and help out as many people as you possibly can. That's really about all that I have to say from chapter 4 of the Rise of Christianity. I really encourage you to find the book if you can, and read chapter 4. And well, actually, just read the entire book. It's very insightful. It uses sociological principles and statistics to make some of his points. One final thing I forgot, just related to stats, and I'm not really sure that this is happening right now in America or not, but maybe, hopefully, it is in some other parts of of the world. Dr. Stark concluded, based upon statistics and historical records, that most likely during these plagues, more non-Christians died than Christians did, because Christians were reaching out to other people and evangelizing them and coming to know Christ, and also Christians were nursing other Christians back to health more than non-believers were nursing non-believers back to health, because the non-believers were too afraid to help each other. And so based upon that statistical theory and historical record, he's able to say that, you know, after the first plague and after the second plague, the number of Christians in the Roman Empire dramatically increased. Yes, that is all of my off the cuff, from memory review of The Rise of Christianity, Chapter 4 by Dr. Stark. I hope you are doing well and being safe. God bless you and keep you. And until next time, goodbye.